What's the status of the other participants?
All stable. The machine is fully operational and is successfully extracting all of their ideas. Wait, what? What are you doing in my story?
What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about Split Fiction. I know it's been a hot minute since this game came out, actually a few months, and we're just now getting to it. A couple things. One, it took me this long because I had to play it with either my wife or my daughter, who's actually surprisingly doing really well at the game. And we're all on different schedules and school and work, and so it just took us a long time for both of us, or me and either one of them, to sit down and actually play this game for more than an hour or so. But before we get into it, guys, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and drop a comment down and let me know what you guys thought of Split Fiction. I know it's been out for a while now, so I'm sure a lot of you have already played it. Let's jump right into the video. So this one is going to be a little bit shorter. I know the game has been out for a few months already, and I'm sure tons of people have already played it. But so I just want to kind of talk about some of the things that I really liked about the game, and maybe some things that I didn't quite like as much. Now, this is their second game. Their first one being It Takes Two. This one is Split Fiction. It follows two characters, both aspiring authors, and they go to this facility, and basically they get trapped in like this bubble, and they're going through their different worlds that they have created. And essentially you got your sci-fi character and you got your fantasy character, and I really love like the blend of both of these worlds. I loved how we hop between the two. One of the things that I actually really liked is that every single one of these worlds, whether it was the fantasy world or the sci-fi world, were just so well done. Like, I just remember going to each one of these worlds and kind of being like awestruck. I'm like, wow, they spent so much time on like this crazy castle looking dragon world just to use it once and then toss the whole thing away. Same with like the sci-fi thing. We got like this crazy cool like cyberpunk style looking world, and we're running down on like these like speed bike things, and just to never use it away. Like, the amount of creativity that went into each one of these levels was just so well done. And that was one thing that I really liked about the game, is that no matter every level we went to, I was actually surprised. I'm like, wow, this just keeps getting better and better. Another thing that I really enjoyed about Split Fiction is the gameplay. I don't even want to say combat, because each level kind of introduced a new form of combat. Whether you're two dragons doing different abilities, and then you go to the sci-fi thing and one of you is using like the magnetic field and turning into robots, and like just the gameplay was so much fun. Like, my daughter and I had a blast playing a lot of these levels, just because the creativity with these was just so cool that like every level we're doing something completely different than the last like 10 levels. So that is one thing is that I would say is probably the biggest plus for Split Fiction for me, is that it is just a blast to play. We sat down, and when we did finally get to sit down and actually play it, we had such a good time playing this game. I'm a big sucker for boss fights. This game has some crazy fun boss fights. Kind of the same thing as I said before with the gameplay. Sometimes you're doing different abilities to try to take out the boss fight, and each one of us has to work in tandem together to take out the boss. A lot of fun. And I think because of that, my daughter's actually getting much better at video games, because she was always like, this is crazy. And man, some of these boss fights were super fun. Another thing is that I thought the game ran really well. We didn't have any like glitches or bugs that, at least that we noticed, despite this being such a like unique game, like with every little level doing something different and every level having different gameplay mechanics. I didn't really run into any bugs or glitches or crashes, anything like that. The game ran really well despite having all these different systems in place throughout the game. Now, that's probably most of the things that I really enjoyed about Split Fiction. Like, man, this game is so fun to play. We had a blast. Now, some of the things that I didn't quite like. Now, this was a fantastic game, and I had to really sit and think about some of the things that I didn't like. And honestly, there's not a whole lot that I really didn't like. There are parts that I'm like, okay. And that being the story. So the story, as I mentioned before, you're basically following two different authors, aspiring authors, and they get trapped in the same bubble, and their worlds are kind of getting mashed together, and the whole point of split fiction, right? You got the two different sides. But I feel like just the story itself, like the big moments, the big emotional moments, weren't as impactful, I think, as It Takes Two. I think It Takes Two had a lot more heartfelt moments than this one did. And the times that this one did, I felt like that they were a little bit predictable. I don't want to spoil the game for anyone who hasn't played it yet, because I definitely think you should give it a shot. But just some of the big, more emotional moments with, you know, either one of our characters, whether it being the sister or the father of each one of these characters, it felt like a little bit predictable to me. And I'm like, I kind of saw it coming, and it wasn't quite as impactful, I think, as the first game. Still a great game, but I think if you were to kind of compare the two, I think It Takes Two has a much better story, and then Split Fiction has much better gameplay, if that makes sense. Like, both fantastic games, both excellent gameplay, both excellent stories. It's just like this one is a better story than, I think, Split Fiction. So that was really the only thing that I really just like. It's not even that I didn't like it, it's just that it wasn't as good. And so I was hoping that it would be akin to It Takes Two, maybe even better, and it was just a little bit not as good, if that makes sense. And those are really the things that I really liked and I really disliked, I should say, that I didn't enjoy as much of Split Fiction. Overall, guys, we had a fantastic time. My wife played a little bit. We have a couple streams with her playing. My daughter played most of it. I think she probably played about 80% of the game with me. She had a fantastic time. I had to kind of control my emotions a little bit, because there are definitely times that I have to realize that, like, okay, my wife and my daughter, they're not the best gamers, and so I'm just sitting there and I'm like, just jump on the ledge, jump on the ledge. And I lost my patience a few times, so shout out to both of them for sticking it with me and not just wanting to quit because I'm driving them crazy. But overall, guys, I think the game is fantastic. I think that if you haven't played it yet, you should definitely go get it. Also, if you haven't played It Takes Two, I would highly recommend going and checking that one out as well. I think if I were to give a number score, I don't even know if I want to do number scores anymore, because I feel like a certain number for me may not be a certain number for somebody. Or like if I give something a 7, people are like, oh, a 7, that must mean the game is bad. 7's still a good score. But if I were to give it a number, I think I would give Split Fiction an 8 out of 10. I think it does a lot of things really well. I really enjoyed the gameplay. I really enjoyed all of the different worlds. I think that is just fantastically done. And as I said, if you haven't played it yet, go check it out. And that's going to be it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments below if you did, what I could do better with the videos. Also, let me know if you've played Split Fiction. I would love to hear about it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys, and we'll catch you on the next video.